the law of diminishing return. Once I've gotten to that place, now I want something else. It's like when a guy was first dating the girl. For him, it was an exciting thing just to call up and ask for a date, or to meet her someplace at work and begin to talk about it. Your heart can start to race. I can still remember when I was 15 and 16 years old. Ancient history, but I can still remember back that far. And I remember what it was like to make a phone call and to hear the voice of the mother or the father answer the phone, and I'd clear my throat and I'd say, "Hello, is so-and-so there?" "Yes, who is this?" "Well, this is David. Just a moment, I'll see if she'll talk to you." And then you're, and hello, hello. I don't know if you know me. I'm the geek who sits behind you in English, "Oh, yeah, I know you." And you start the conversation, and my heart would be just racing, and I just was wondering, maybe would you like to go out? Well, where to? I don't know. I don't have that much money. How much do you have? How about a walk? Can you come and pick me up? I mean, I don't have much money. I don't like to work. But you're all excited, and then you finally get them in the car, and when you go to the door and they come out and they've got that perfume, and you smell the perfume, and you get close to her hair because she just washed it and shampooed it, and it sounds so, it smells good. She's wearing Herbal Essence shampoo, man, that smells so good. And gets in, you open the door for her, she gets next to you, and you start the car, and you hope it starts, and you pull out, and you drive to wherever it is you're going, and your head is all like, just having her near you. And then you do that a couple times, and then she actually goes out with you more than once, and then you hold her hand. The first time you hold her hand, unbelievable thrill. And then after a while, that's all, you kiss her. All of that is exciting, but you want to go further, further, further. And that's what happens. The law of diminishing return. You need something a little more exciting than you had last time. Unfortunately, when you take that into a dating relationship and then you consummate it with sexual intercourse, after a while it's old hat, been here, done that, I need something different. In marriage it's different because there's a full-on commitment to a relationship that lasts beyond that thrill. And that's what Paul is talking about. It's something you render to your wife that is due to her. It's the love and the respect. It's the intimacy that continues on beyond just a moment. It's an encouragement for you to find love in her arms. Scripture points that out. In Proverbs chapter 5, verses 18 and 19, the writer said, "May your fountain be blessed, and may you rejoice in the wife of your youth. A loving doe, a graceful deer. May her breasts satisfy you always. May you ever be captivated by her love." You see, in verse 4, the wife does not have authority over her own body, but the husband does. Sexual needs are experienced by both men and women. You're now one. And so you submit to one another in the fear of God. And again, as he said in verse 5, you do not deprive one another. You don't hold back from one another, except with consent for a time. And he's saying, basically, if you're not going to be together, it's with mutual consent. And that, according to verse 5, is that you may give yourselves to fasting and prayer. My wife is gone. My wife left on Friday. She's at a woman's retreat. That is by consent. She's gone. I'm by myself. But she's gone with permission, if you will. When I leave, I leave with her consent, with her support, with her agreement in my being gone. Because we know that as I'm gone or as she's gone, then we're not going to have physical relations. There's no way that that's possible. And so that's the context that he says, listen, if you're going to be depriving one another, holding back from one another, it has to be mutual consent, and it should be a spiritual reason so that you give yourself over to prayer, fasting, so that you're serving the Lord. And he says, and that's how that works. In verse 6, he says, I say this as a concession. In other words, marriage is not for all. I'm not saying that all have to be married. But, verse 7, I wish that all men were even as myself, I myself. But each one has his own gift from God, one in this manner, another in that. But I say to the unmarried and to the widows, it's good for them if they remain even as I am. But if they cannot exercise self-control, let them marry. It's better to marry than to burn with passion. So celibacy is a gift from God that sets you free to minister. He says, I wish that all men were even as I myself. But each one has his own gift of God. Listen, when you get married, you have the distractions. When you get married, you have things that keep you from doing the things you used to do. When I was dating Marie, we were getting close to getting married. As a matter of fact, we got married, not much longer after this. But when Marie and I were dating, I was at a Bible study one night, and I turned to a friend of mine. His name is Nick. And I said, Nicky, Let's go to Europe, man. Let's go to Europe. Let's save our money up and backpack Europe. And at a Bible study, he said, yeah, let's do that. And so I started saving my money, and I saved it for several months. And finally, I had enough money to go to Europe, and we did. We took off for 3 months. Marie came to the airport, LAX, to see me off. But I was gone, man. I was gone. I went to 11 different countries. I flew into Germany, I went into Belgium, went into Holland, went into England, went into France, I went into Austria, Switzerland, spent time in Spain. I went all over Yugoslavia. I was all over. We drove Mercedes-Benzes from Athens, Greece, all the way through Yugoslavia up into Frankfurt, Germany. I had a Eurail pass, and I went all over the place with my Eurail. We went into England. We took the Brit Rail everywhere. I got up when I wanted to. I went to bed when I wanted to. I ate what I wanted to. No more. No more. No more. No more. You get married. There's this, I don't know how it happens, there's this little ring that goes on your nose and a little chain that's invisible. Single people don't see it, but it's there. I had some young guys approach me after a Bible study once, a few years ago now, and they said, Pastor, we're going to go out for some coffee. It's after a Wednesday night. Pastor, we're going to get some coffee. You want to go with us? And I said, no. Actually, I do, but I can't. You see, I have this invisible ring on my nose. And I've got a woman at home it's kind of elastic. You know these elastic things? You can, and it's like a rubber band. You can go so far, but then, and then it pulls you back. That's just the way it works, It's called marriage. Before you are married, you're free to do what you want, when you want. Somebody calls you up and says, let's go, let's go. Hey, we're going to go to India. We're going to spend a couple of weeks there. You want to go minister? Yeah, why not? We're going to the Philippines. You want to go? Yeah. We're going to Mexico. You want to go? Yeah. We're going to Israel. You want to go? Yeah. Try that when you're married. It's difficult, isn't it? You'll see this. I'd like to go here, but see, I could, if I was by myself, I could afford to go to Israel. But I got a wife, and I got kids. I'd love to go to India, but you see, I can't because I got a job that's holding me down because I got bills, I got a house payment. It's just different. I would love to go out and have coffee with my friends, but you see, we got 4 kids, so they're all under the age of 7. Nobody's going to come and watch these kids. I have to pay my wife to watch her own children. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. We know that, and that's what Paul's talking about. He's saying, listen, guys, when you're single, take every opportunity to serve Jesus Christ.